Story 1. So the backstory is that my SO cheated on me like 9 months ago. I only found out because of SO having to confess over catching STI that could have been passed to me. She admitted that she would have never told me had this not been the case. She also did a decent job deleting the little evidence left over. Rookie mistake, I guess. We did counseling, as I could understand I'm not perfect and was partly accountable, emotionally. In fact, she said it was an emotional affair and that she was taken advantage when ending things the last time. Fast forward to today, for whatever reason I just felt the need to check Google Maps. Haven't before tonight, although the rest of the history looks good, correct, and without suspicious activity. She had been out of the house hanging with friends yesterday and gone to the gym today. But yesterday Google Maps had her at a hotel, and tonight in another city just north of the first, but the same brand. Tonight while she was at the gym I asked for a picture so I could decide if I'd feel comfortable with going myself with the pandemic and all. She sent me a picture that clearly wasn't our gym, so I searched pictures on Google and found her picture online. She claimed she didn't want me to be upset over how many people were at the gym, pandemic and all, so she admitted faking the picture. There was also a credit card charge in a city in between the one she should have been in with friends and the hotel. She said maybe she got the city wrong, because she's not good with directions, which is true, but seems like a stretch. I know Google tracking is sometimes faulty. I've logged into Gmail from work and it instantly says I'm in a totally different city than where I'm actually at. However, her timeline both days looks really smooth, starting at home and reaching the alternative destination. So we have an argument of me asking for an explanation. She claims it's a mistake, just like how my location was off in the past with Google tracking. But she didn't want to let me see her phone to see if there was anything to find. Didn't give me her friend's address to see if she just didn't know where she was. Basically said that if she has to go on faith that I've changed my habits that left her feeling vulnerable in the past, then I should also give her that good faith and trust that suddenly her phone is lying about her whereabouts, and me seeing her phone makes things uneven in the world of trust. Sorry if any of this is confusing. I'm afraid you're wasting time with her. She is lying and you know it deep down inside, but you just don't want to accept it yet. That is a normal reaction, however it is not going to be much help in guiding your thoughts over the next few weeks. So you either cut her off or settle for becoming her doormat and put up with her cheating on you and gaslighting you about it. It's true, it's a hard pill to swallow. 9 years together and 2 kids and a business that can't survive divorce. It goes way past just my marriage. I've got a lot to think about, but being walked over is not acceptable. I can't really process this reality, and not sleeping at all last night doesn't help. My man. You do realize why she keeps doing this, right? Because she knows she can get away with it without any consequences. At a certain point, we will feel bad for you. But if you choose to stay with her after all this time, people will not sympathize with you anymore. Instead, they will laugh at your situation. You know what to do. It's her fault. 9 years down the drain, cause of her action. She ducked it up, literally. So please have some self-dignity and divorce her. Update. So I checked her credit card again and now it shows she was where the phone GPS said. Boom, I was right, and you guys having no doubt, even more so. So I originally wanted to be as anonymous as possible for whatever reason, but my reality is that we're married with 2 young kids and have a business that affords us both plenty of time with our kids. But this all goes away with an ended marriage. That's part of the reason for doing counseling the first time, in addition to my failures. So there is one surprise in all this, and I'm not sure what it does, if anything, yet, as this is just too fresh. She claims that she couldn't go through with it with a woman. I don't know if this is some BS ploy, like that's kinda hot, instead of how could you do this to me. In one sense it's less of a hit than her finding the man that I'm not. Way before any of this I've known that she's watched P, including Not Straight Kind, and she's commented about how she gets turned on thinking of me with another woman. When she first cheated she offered me to go out with whomever I wanted and have sex one time so we can get this behind us. I never did act upon the suggestion of finding someone for a one-nighter. 1. It felt like a trap, like if things just didn't work out then we're on the same guilt level. 2. Just like how I may have gotten the STI she got, I'm way too nervous about random pair-offs. 3. I'd probably get a rush and have a hard time getting that out of my head. She can't/won't prove anything claimed, as it's all been deleted. I could probably have the so-called three-way dream. But honestly, it seems like a good way to get another STI and or to have a horrible relationship where either she or I eventually decide the other woman is where it's at. But her story is obviously that the woman is not straight. So if anything, and still out. The only thing funny about all this other than her blunders on getting caught is that she's always blocked my eyes from movie says scenes. Like, oh no, don't look upon women who may have better bodies while I live my life. We're married with 2 young kids and have a business that affords us both plenty of time with our kids. But this all goes away with an ended marriage. What if you live together like roommates, for example in different bedrooms, to preserve the kids and business, but otherwise carry on separate lives? For the time being, this is what I'm doing. I have my own room, and even though we act normal for our kids, I've pulled away. It breaks me to think about my kids splitting their time between me and her, and in future years I guess I would just get weekends at best due to school and their own social lives after real separation. Honestly, it feels like a crap show regardless of what I do. Anyways, I've told her we can each do what we want outside the house. I don't have the desire for meetups, and I'm in no mental place to start anything with some other. Story 2. So it all started when I was at my girlfriend's house and she was on a Zoom call for university. She and some guy, well, call him Aaron, were put into a private call. Everyone was split up and instantly connected. They were laughing so much and deep in conversation, pretty much textbook flirting, and afterwards I told her this made me uncomfortable. Fast forward a week and I find out they've been messaging, and she even invited him to hang out with her and her friends on campus. Now they hang every time she goes to university and do assignments together, etc. I brought this up to her and she admitted she finds him attractive but assured me it was completely platonic. I feel like she has disrespected me, my feelings and our relationship. I'm also now insecure and jealous. I don't know what to do about this situation and whether my feelings are justified or not. How should I go about this situation? TLDR. GF hangs with guy she's attracted to after I hear them flirting and tell her it makes me uncomfortable. She says the relationship is completely platonic, but I'm not sure and don't know how to feel. OP, can I ask why you have such little faith in your relationship? Probably because she told him point blank that she was attracted to him. And they were flirting a lot. Listen, if I'm dating someone, and I become really good friends with someone of the same sex as my SO, it's rude to say I'm attracted to them. There's a difference between noticing someone is attractive and being attracted. She is the latter. If they were strictly platonic and no feelings on either side other than friendship, and OP was still mad, then he's just insecure. But this is clearly a very valid reason to be worried. She gets to choose between Mr. Please Don't Leave Me and Mr. Hot New Carefree Guy. Y'all are kids, and sorry bro, but she never chooses Mr. Please Don't Leave Me. Just calmly and coolly walk away. Terrible while you are in it, but it's just a thing that happens. Very normal. No sense in freaking out on her or being dramatic. It won't change crap and you'll be embarrassed about it later, or worse, Mr. Pathetic Never Gets Over It Guy. That's the guy you really don't want to be, so bite the bullet and move on. Clean break with the girl. Don't drag that crap out. You'll meet someone else. Honestly, this is the best thing you can do. Stop any emotional investment, do not even try to speak it to her at length, she'll probably try to guilt trip you back in. Just calmly remove any ties, financial, living, possessions and move on. You're 19, for God's sake. Live life a little, meet new people, experience new things. She has already basically emotionally cheated. Just move on. Worldwide comments of the day. Honestly, he wasted 5 months considering she still ended up talking to the other guy anyways. She is going to make this divorce miserable for him, as she never cared for him but just wanted his resources. When a woman tells you she doesn't love you anymore, believe her. She has already found someone else to latch onto. Leave the relationship and live your own life. She straight up messes up and now she's going to get divorced. First rule of reconciling: cut contact with the affair partner she failed. Imagine you have a car. It's expensive. It's going to take you the rest of your life to pay it off, but the bank is willing to front that loan for the interest, and you can afford it. Imagine someone steals that car. They put 100,000 miles on it. You get it back, But you've already elected to report it as a loss, and the gap insurance will cover it. But the bank offers to let you keep it, for the same price, paying forever. Are you going to take that deal? No? Neither would I stop taking back promiscuous woman with mileage. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and relatable Reddit videos.